The unfolding of your words gives light. It gives understanding to the simple. Psalm 119 verses 130. Hello, beautiful family. A very warm welcome back to the Lovystouch food channel. Thank you so very much for coming back. So today we're keeping it simple and soulful. Today we're going to make some soft banku with some pepper dip and fried fish. Oh my goodness, this right is an absolute no-fail recipe. It's easy to make and it's absolutely delicious. So please be sure to stay tuned while we make this together. It is so worth it. Let's get started. So to begin with, I'll go through the ingredients one after the other. There is 3 sections, so you know we have the banku, which you need some fermented corn dough. I'll list the right quantity below in the description box, and we are going to be using some fish as well. I'm using the mullet fish. You can use any fish of choice, okay? And I have some vegetables for the pepper dip and for garnishing as well. A little bit of seasoning, and oh boy, do not forget those eggs. It's quite optional, but it gives it a beautiful statement, okay? So let's go ahead and start with the cooking process. So to begin with, I like to season fish, and I will be using some all-purpose natural seasoning. I have the recipe of that. I'll be also using some smoked paprika and some all-purpose seasoning, a little bit of salt as well. Mix everything, make sure the fish is very well seasoned, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes before I start to fry them. All right. So now our fish is nicely seasoned, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the fridge. In the waiting time, I'll then go ahead and prepare for the dip, the special Ghanaian tomato and pepper dip. You do not want to play with this. It is so delicious. No, a whole lot of people do not understand this pepper dip. You only have to try it for you to understand. It is the bomb. So I'm going to be using medium size of white onions, about a thumb size of ginger. It gives it that beautiful flavor. And I'll also be using fresh tomatoes. As you see here, I'll use about 4 of them. Red onions, however, is mainly for garnishing. I'm not going to grind it, but you can choose to also grind your red onions. And as you can see, I have some 3 scotch bonnet pepper. You know how you can tolerate pepper, okay, or spicy things, so you just want to add the amount of pepper that you prefer, okay? So go ahead and give it a rinse, and you're good to start with the pepper dip process. It is so easy. You can use your blender, okay, but I'm going the traditional way. I'm going to use my grinder my asanka to grind this. Very nice. I'll start with the onions. It's always advisable to start with the onions because it is tough to grind using your Iowa. Okay, also going to be adding some ginger. Throw in the peppers as well, and I'll also add about a teaspoon of salt. The salt really helps you to grind this very well. Now you want to go in with your wooden grinder and just mash everything up. It's such a fun process. Yes, it's so much fun. Try making some in your Atpotoyo next time. If not, just throw everything in the blender and it will do the great job as well. Some of us always want to hustle. I don't even know why. But it's just so authentic, and it just brings lots of beautiful memories. That's the reason why. So here I'm going in with my tomatoes. I like to take off the seed. If you are grinding next time, take this note. Please try to separate the seed from the food and try to grind each one of them separately. It makes the process smoother, easier, less stressful, in my opinion. It's really works. And if you encounter any difficulty, try using the very side of your wooden grinder and you will see how easy it is. And just like that, our tomato and pepper dip is now set. We're going to set this aside while we go ahead and bring out our fish, which is going to be ready for frying. Add enough oil because you do not want the fish to tear apart. It is very, very important to add enough oil in your frying pan. And I'm going to also infuse a little bit of red onions. The oil needs a bit of fragrance too, you know. If you want it to be a little bit spicy, throw in some scotch bonnet pepper or habanero pepper as well, and it will be good. It also kind of help you know the right temperature to throw in your fish. Okay, so we are done now. For you to get the most juiciest fried fish, you do not want to over fry it. So fry it on each part for about 5 minutes before you turn it. And trust me, 10 minutes is all you need, not more, okay? Fry it that way and just take them out once they are nicely brown and caramelized on the outside. All right, we are done, and we'll go ahead and repeat the process until we are done with all the fish.
Na lupi na chese.
So there you have it. The fish came out super juicy, succulent, and just so flavorful. So we're done frying all our fishes. We're going to take them out, allow it to rest. Please do not allow the devil to tempt you to finish all your fish, okay? So now let's go ahead and make our banku. Banku is very sour. It's a sourdough. We make it from some fermented cornmeal flour. You may also want to add some cassava dough as well, but I choose to use the corn dough only. I normally use the cassava dough with any form of soup, okay? Being okro soup, palm nut soup, I prefer to add a bit of cassava dough. However, when you visit the Fantis, this is however called eto, not banku. So there's a quite difference between that, but honestly you can choose to also add cassava dough here. It's just a personal preference, all right? It does not really matter. So I'm not going to put it on fire. Make sure you blended everything very smooth. Add a little bit of salt as well, and just stir until the consistency changes to this as you see on your screen. You want to continue to stir and drive as you see me do here. You can also notice that from the beginning, as soon as the consistency changes, it creates a little bit of lumps. Do not worry, okay? It's not going to ruin it. You just want to go ahead and stir, and all the lumps are going to loosen up. You want to be cooking this for about 40 minutes. You just want to also add a little bit of water. I lost that clip. Add a little bit of hot water, allow it to cook or steam for about 10 minutes, and then you go ahead and drive it again for another 20 minutes more. Make sure your banku is very well cooked, okay, before you consume it. Here I'm just preparing a little bit of garnishing. You want to chop some red onions, some bell pepper, choose any color of choice, and you can also save some of the vegetables to make your omelette, as I'm doing here. Go in with a bit of tomatoes as well. It's really good, and just season it with a bit of salt. Stir very well and just go ahead and fry it while the banku is still on fire. You want to really maximize all your time very well, okay? So now our omelette is going on fire. I'll just put a little bit of oil in my frying pan and then fry it. Omelette making is really easy. I know everyone can make it, okay? So there's not too much to talk about here. All right, just look how beautiful this is looking. So good, gorgeous. So I will allow the eggs to fry for about 2 minutes more while I get everything together. So now our pepper dip is ready. I'm going to add my fish right in it because I want the fish to soak in the pepper. It is absolutely delicious that way. I also sprinkle a little bit of the bell peppers. Choose any color of choice, it does not matter. It's just beautiful and colorful like that. And I also have some red onions. So now my eggs are nicely fried, and I'm going to fold it just the way it should be. I like to give it a little bit of press because I heard it reduces the calories and stuff. Anyway, just for jokes, I'm not going to add everything here, and just look at this complete package. Now everything is coming along so well. Our Banku is ready, very soft, just the way I want it. I'm going to mold it. I'm molding it in the calabash. I think it gives me that homely feeling. It's so good. So now everything is set. Just look at this beauty. It does not just look beautiful, it is absolutely tasty, and it's such a soul food. You can definitely add more to the list if you want. You can add a bit of sardines, some corned beef as well. You know, the list can go on and on and on. It was such a delicious meal. We really enjoyed it. So there you have it, family. Thank you so very much for watching. I truly appreciate your time. I hope this was inspiring enough for you to try. Please do not forget to give me your thumbs up, share it to a few friends and family. And if this is your first time here, hello, my name is Lovia from Lovystouch. My main goal here is to cheer you up into making your own delicious meal right at the comfort of your home. I also love to share kitchen related motivational videos, so please come on board and subscribe to join the family for amazing new recipes every week. Thank you so very much, family, for watching once again, and just know that you are so beautiful just the way you are. See you in my next one. Have a blessed day. Bye.